Hi there, my friends. Liz Geeslin here with Better Lifestyle Solutions. And I've noticed that in a lot of lives, people actually say where they're coming from. Well, I'm coming from Westfield, Indiana. And if you're watching this and you're from out of town, drop a little comment where you're watching from. Okay, today we're going to do a little bit of cooking in addition to a couple of new kitchen awesome products. So I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to use both of these right now. I am going to share them. Okay, I'm going to top this back just a touch. Okay, I thought that this would be what I'm making right now. It's in the oven. I want to teach you all how to make, you know, that boxed mix, that Uncle Ben's long grain and wild rice that we, of course. Oh, hi, Michelle. How are you? My girlfriend from Toastmasters. You know, I grew up on that, and, you know, it was good. But, you know, I think we should make it better. Well, a girlfriend of mine, Julie Hullinger, if you're out there watching, she said, Liz, you need to show them how to make the baked rice that you taught me in your cooking class. And this is actually something that when I give cooking classes, I teach everybody right off the get-go, because you're going to see why this is just A, easy, B, you do it ahead, and then you are prepared for numerous meals afterwards. So what I've got in the oven is the long grain and the long grain and wild rice mix. At the same time, I'm going to explain how you can make it two different ways. Here's the recipe. You're going to need a glass 8x8 pan, and the recipe I'm giving you is this amount. You can double what I'm telling you in a 13x9. Okay, so glass. Long grain brown rice at your grocery store. Does not have to be fancy. Long grain brown rice. If we're going to make plain brown rice without the wild rice in it, 1.5 cups of just the long grain brown. If you want to have it like the Uncle Ben's with the wild rice, do 1 1.25 of the long grain brown and 1/4 of wild rice. Now, I have looked even in the bulk section at our grocery store in different places, and I haven't found wild rice that I could buy in bulk. Not that I would ever need that much, but fortunately Trader Joe's has this wonderful brown rice or wild rice in this size, which is perfect because, you know, you don't use that much at a time. You're going to measure that and put it into the pan. Then you're going to add, okay, I'm going with the Ruth Ann's this time. You can use whatever, you know, the sandwich sprinkle. I also have that McCormick Montreal chicken seasoning in my spice cabinet. So if, you know, use a little bit of some sort of a seasoning that you like. I added just a teaspoon, but what's nice is when this is all finished, if it needs a little bit more, you add a little bit more. It's not complicated. I always keep some dehydrated parsley flakes on hand. I added a tablespoon. So now we have a teaspoon of seasoning, tablespoon of this, and then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of olive oil. You're going to stir that all up. You know, I could like do all this, but I've got it in the oven and it's coming out in about a minute, and then I get to show it to you. So you stir this all up, then you're going to pour 2.5 cups of boiling water. I do mine in the 4-cup Pyrex dish or Pyrex measuring cup in the microwave. You can put it in a saucepan and boil it, do it in a teapot, doesn't matter, just get the water boiling, 2.5 cups. You're going to pour it over the rice mixture. Then you're going to cover it with heavy-duty foil or a double layer of regular aluminum foil. I always keep this on hand. I have both, but if you only have regular, just double layer. I don't know why. The original recipe, which I've modified a touch, this is one thing I've never changed. Okay. And I do apologize. The oven should be preheated to 375. Now what I've learned, and I think now that you've all been in my kitchen now enough, I have, oh, okay, there we go. I'm going to cancel that timer. Is I have one of these very short little ovens. What I have found is this runs a little hotter. So I have learned that 350 in this oven is almost like 375. So play with it, but 350, 375, even in the big oven, it probably wouldn't make any difference. So, just a second. I'm going to pull this out. Okay. This has been in here, 1 hour. So you pop it in the oven, 1 hour. Then you're going to take it out of the oven. Okay, I've got paper towels right here. It used to say like a towel. Well, then if the rice sticks to it, then you're having to put something in the washing machine. Paper towel. I'm going to take off the lid. Ooh. Okay, I mean the foil. Set it aside. And then I'm going to put this paper towel just over the top. It's going to sort of steam a little bit. When you first get it out, it's going to look like, it looks like maybe it's a little bit adhered to the edges of the glass pan. It will release right away. So we're just going to let that hang out for a minute while I talk about the 2 kitchen helpers that I'm like I thought, how did I miss these in that review that I did before? These right here. First one. Kitchen mitts. I mean, do you like wrestle with those? I mean, I can't. I have been through so many different kitchen mitt things, either those silicone ones that really don't have a grip, they're scary, or those big hand things where then you're trying to like manipulate. And, I don't have really big hands. These are the bomb. Okay. Bed Bath & Beyond. Get that 20% coupon. They're $9.99 without the coupon. These just so happen to be the All-Clad brand. I think that they have a Cuisinart band or whatever, but they're like a heavy duct material with this like rubber coating, both sides. They wash beautifully. And so you have to get these. These are the safest, nicest. You can see how I can kind of grab. You don't have a big rubbery thing going into anything. So I highly recommend if you're having like the kitchen mitt frustration, Bed Bath & Beyond. They probably have them at other places too, but I just know that and a big wide variety of colors. Really, red, teal, green. Yeah, they've got a whole assortment. All-Clad. Did I say the price? $9.99, but with the discount, $7.99. The 20% coupon. The next, oh my goodness. Olive oil dispensers that don't drip. I have been through them all, and obviously I use olive oil a lot. This is called, it's a Trudeau. I will spell it for you. Trudeau. And I've already gone on Amazon to make sure, because actually I got this at our butcher shop in Carmel, and then when I broke one, and actually I couldn't believe, I literally dropped it, but this has been knocked around and it doesn't break easily. It's like pharmaceutical grade glass. I promise you, there is no drip action with this. This is absolutely the best. Now here's the key. When you go on to Amazon, and this is like $19.95, well worth it. If you're cooking a lot or you want to have something, and look at it, it's cute. It can sit out on your counter, and they have different colors. I think red, lime green, and I'm not sure what the other one is. If you go on Amazon, you'll get your choice. But it's not the oil and vinegar dispenser. It's the oil dispenser. Trudeau makes some other things like for dressings and everything, which I don't have. But this, I'm telling you, this was a lifesaver. It was the best. So, okay, so we've reviewed a couple of new products. We've got the mitts and the Trudeau oil dispenser. And now I'm going to show you, okay, I'm going to take okay, now here is our really awesome, okay, I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to show you, because I'm going to get out of my freezer. This is what I do after I make rice. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is brown, oh my goodness, I'm going to show it to you like up close and personal. And I would highly recommend, make sure if you do this with the wild rice, don't substitute more than 1/4 cup of the long grain brown rice out of your 1.5 cups worth with wild rice. You will see plenty. The mitt. Like Emerald would say, too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. Look at that. It's beautiful. So now, guys, here's what I want you to start thinking about. I want you to start thinking more and more about cooking once and then having stuff on hand for later. I'm going to go to my freezer and I'm going to show you what I do after I make a batch of rice. I always make extra. So hold on. I'm going to go to the freezer. So I did this the other day with just plain brown rice. I mean, when you want to make like stir-fried rice, or how about just some rice with some peas or rice with anything. So, okay, it's a Ziploc bag. And then here's what's great, and especially if you guys are really like watching calorie count and all of that, when you make a batch of rice like I just did, and you can calculate the rice you're using on the back of the bag, it's going to give you the nutritional quantity, I mean the nutritional information. Just use your calculator and then figure when you measure something out, like, oh my gosh, I know that half a cup of rice has X number of calories, fat, carbs, or whatever. It's easy to do. So what I did is I measure a half a cup of cooked rice, after I've done it, into sandwich baggies, roll them up, and then I have a stash of, because there's times when, my husband and I, it's like, okay, what's for, we're going to have some salmon or tilapia or a burger, whatever, and you've got a nice whole grain that you can add a vegetable to in a minute. And I'm going to do some of those stir-fry type things, I think, is after the new year when everybody's sort of like done with the candy and stuff, that maybe we want to have some more nutrition. That we'll play with some of these in some of my little cooking classes, just saying, okay, grab that frozen rice. I know that it's really cute because when I gave cooking classes this summer right here in my kitchen, they could not believe how much this changed their cooking at home. So, okay, well, I think that's a wrap. I think that I got everything talked about. I've got the two our two kitchen helpers, the Trudeau olive oil dispenser, the All-Clad oven mitts. Oh my goodness, they're so nice. And you've learned how to make better, healthier, wonderful healthier version of Uncle Ben's long grain and wild rice. I mean, I know you all know that it was in the orange box, remember? Okay, well, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And don't forget, live better, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Great.